How often has something come along that is capable of standing an industry on its ear? Perhaps a better question to ask is, how have we survived without certain essential analytical tools that are so critical in understanding gross reservation revenue performance for so long? Our new service, the Revenue Report Card, will be a friend to every revenue manager in the hotel, cruise ship, car rental, and airline industries. It is very simply a measurement tool that assists every client to reach his or her optimal revenue mix, and also helps us answer the question, are we using our channels effectively and wisely for optimal profit and cash gain? Allow me to present this simple example of 3 clients that each earn gross reservation revenue over the last 3 years of $17, $20, and $25 million. We'll look at the last year, 2014, in which each earned $25 million. Off the bat, we use a simple 2-channel model to show differences in how different clients manage their channel mix. Here, we see that Hotel A used 2 channels to earn gross reservation revenues of $25 million. 82% came from the wholesale receptive operator channel, and 18% came through the OTA channel. From those 2 channels, the first part of the equation is to measure how much the consumer was willing to pay, and then compare that to how much you, the client, were able to deposit into the bank from those same transactions. Here you can see that the deposit was $18,225,000 from this particular channel mix. And so that leaves us with what I call cash left on the table of $6,775,000. Because had we brought that business in other ways or through other channels, we could have perhaps taken back some of that money from our reservation contractors and deposited it in our own bank account. The second phase of our calculation is when we apply specific costs to each channel that include direct payroll and any and all other capital expenditures or sales and marketing expenditures incurred during the time period measured. This is what we refer to as our algorithm calculation, and it is a weighted calculation that takes many variables into consideration. Here we calculate weight based on the ease of use, the cost, and contract advantage gained through negotiation with other vendors. Once we apply the second phase calculation, we come to channel profitability, and from this and the use of each of those specific channels, the equation provides us with a number and a letter grade. In this case, Hotel A scored a weighted point grade of 66 out of 100 and a letter weighted grade of a D+. Again, that letter grade judges the ease of use, cost, and negotiated advantage of contracts with vendors. We do the same calculation for Hotel B, and you can see that their mix brought 82% of their business through their company website and 18% through their wholesale receptive operators. They were able to deposit $22,100,000 into the bank and had a weighted point grade of 86 out of 100 and a letter grade of A based on the ease of channel availability, use, cost of attaining the channel, and negotiated gain. Please note that Hotel B deposited $3,875,000 more than Hotel A into their bank, and that, of course, is a sizable difference. Finally, Hotel C brought 82% of all reservations income through online travel agents and 18% through global distribution systems for a cash deposit of $19,475,000. They land right in the middle of the cash equation between Hotels A and B and received a weighted point score of 74 out of 100, along with a C as a grade based on the ease of use and cost of attaining the channels. So as you can see, this is a simple 2-channel presentation of channel management and mix. But as a result, you can have extreme consequences that can result on the bottom line. Your cash position also is affected, and so choosing channels to be used in the mix is of great importance. Let me now add a degree of sophistication to the presentation by adding multiple channels. Here we see multiple channel use that better reflects choices available to the revenue manager in a more typical traditional hotel setting. Please note that the actual data for this mix is available on the second to last page, which you can freeze and copy if you so desire. So now we look at Hotel A with many channels contributing to the gross reservation revenue of $25 million. They received a revenue report card weighted score calculation of 78 of 100 and were able to place $20,690,000 into their bank account. The grade on profitability, ease of use, cost, and negotiated advantages of channels used was a C. Hotel B, again, with the same gross reservation revenues of $25 million, received a revenue report card weighted score calculation of 86 out of 100 and were able to place $22,260,000 in their bank account. The grade on the profitability, ease of use, cost, and negotiated advantages of channels used was an A. Finally, Hotel C, who also brought in $25 million of gross reservation revenue, received a revenue report card weighted score calculation of 75 out of 100 and were able to place $19,467,000 into their bank account. The grade on the profitability, ease of use, cost, and negotiated advantages of attaining the channels used was a C+. If you'd care to freeze this screen, you can see the side-by-side analysis of hotels A, B, and C, and each of their channel mixes that are used in the equations above. And finally, the revenue report card, or as we prefer to call it, the mix assessment report itself. Please note that our work is not done until we provide you with a suggested alternative or suggested alternatives and action plans that you can use to implement or consider. The point being, of course, that you may better optimize your mix, that we give you scenarios to think about or consider, and that we're able to contribute to possibly increasing your profitability. And that, of course, in turn means increasing your cash in the bank. Our motto is that our clients should sell through the right channels, at the right time, at the right price, and to the right customer. Through our monthly assessment, we guarantee that you'll have the tools to increase your position in the marketplace and increase your cash and profitability. Please use the contact form to register or obtain more information, or I can be contacted through my email address at riche@revenuereportcard.com or my phone at 786-897-0652. I thank you for listening. Have a nice day.